Welcome back, everybody. Another day, another dollar, the Proper MMA podcast. You guys know what it is. It is currently Wednesday for us, probably Thursday for you guys. We have a huge card coming up.
Oh
UFC
my God.
276.
UFC 276, and we're going to recap what happened last weekend. But real quick, it's another profitable weekend for the team, baby.
Yes, sir, man. We go up 1.2 units. Not bad.
Not bad, man. It's consistently an increase in units. So, listen, if you
matters.
joined the team for last weekend, you know what's up. It's an increase every weekend. There's a UFC event. We got an absolute banger UFC event, UFC 276 this weekend that we're gonna go over. But we're gonna talk about Shavkat Rakhmonov real quick because that guy is a problem.
Dude, he stole the show, in my opinion, last Saturday with that huge win over Neil Magny.
Guillotine in the second round with a couple seconds left.
Yeah.
I think it was like 10 seconds left.
Yeah. The over round and a half hits for Wheats.
Yeah, it does. Shout out Adam Wheats.
Shout out to Wheats. You're going to get sparked at Lifetime. I'll tell you that for free. He's messaging me before. Didn't see that last night. Saw it this morning.
Yeah. We're gonna go roll on some mats. Maybe we'll film it.
Yeah, maybe we'll
film it.
Oh,
film when
man.
Wheats getting put in arm bar.
Oh, dude, I think the first move I'm gonna throw on Wheats, if you're watching this, buddy, watch out for the triangles. It's gonna be
the triangles. And you love the guillotine. So if you guys don't know, if you guys don't know, you guys don't know. But you guys know now. We love to just roll on some mats, hit the pads together. It's great. I mean, watching UFC, doing all the tape that we do, we learn a lot of stuff. Like, so it's nice for us. But it also helps us make picks, honestly. Like,
yeah, well, you get to understand everything.
The sport.
Like once you start doing anything physical, like whether you watch hockey and then you go and try to play it, and
it doesn't happen.
You know, you realize how quickly how hard it is.
Yeah, exactly.
You realize how quickly hard it is. I don't think there's any other sport where you can kind of just
watch and learn,
watch and pick up and go and do something and like actually enjoy it right away.
I mean,
obviously, like there's basketball, easier sports to pick up. Soccer,
play on the side, like it's fun for a little bit, but like nothing that you can get like so good at with just watching some tape, UFC fights, just kind of listening to people's podcasts talk about like how to get out of certain positions, how to get into certain positions. Dude, that's why it makes it the best sport in the world, man.
Absolutely. And Logan Pereira, he started at 21 years old, started fighting, and now he's 34, fighting for a number one contender spot in the UFC.
Alex Pereira.
Probably.
If you guys don't know, that guy
gets
came
it
over
done this weekend.
Yeah, if you guys don't know, that guy's fighting Sean Strickland this weekend. He came over from kickboxing, is the only person ever to KO Israel Adesanya.
Yep, did it twice.
So if you guys don't know, now you know.
Yeah, if you don't know, now you know. If you guys haven't seen the TikToks, Instagrams, Twitters,
it's everywhere.
Adesanya
it's everywhere.
Getting folded.
It's bad. It's a bad KO.
It's a bad KO. And the thing is, like, in recent interviews, Adesanya's brought it up. I guess people are bringing it up to him, but it's kind of funny. Like, he's still salty about it.
He is salty, and he does take it personal.
He takes it personally.
And if that fight ever does happen, pray to God it does, because that's going to be an absolute wild. That's going to be a wild one, man.
Yeah, like you hope this is what it's set up for. Like this weekend, if you guys are watching and looking at these fights, you guys should already know this is the platform for Pereira to defeat Sean Strickland in the number one contender fight, move on to fight Israel Adesanya in the next title defense if he gets through Jared Cannonier, which he's supposed to.
He's supposed to, but boy, is Jared Cannonier looking good.
Yeah.
He's looking good this week, and the UFC is advertising the living crap out of him.
And rightfully so, man.
Rightfully so.
Jared Cannonier is a dude. He is a dog, man. This fight is going to be great. I can't wait to see it.
Dude, I can't wait. I can't wait, but real quick, before we get out UFC 276, before we break down that entire card, because it is stacked bottom to top, we're going to talk about the Tsarukyan Gamrot decision. Now, we watched this live, and we had Gamrot.
Yep.
All you and every one of their mothers had Tsarukyan.
Yep.
We did like Gamrot, and can we just appreciate that the first round is probably the best round of jiu-jitsu scrambles that I've ever seen in my life.
I mean, dude, we knew we were going to get something special when you throw two high-level 155ers at each other that know how to scramble.
There's a new level of 155 to me. I haven't seen that in the UFC.
Like it is the division.
dude, that division's so good, so good. And for all you guys that had Sarukian winning by decision, we thought it was Gamrot 3-2 easy money.
Yeah, I thought the last three go to Gamrot.
Yeah,
I can understand the Sarukian, like. Again, it's
I can understand it. The spinning back fist, like,
yeah,
gets dropped to one knee. Like, does it land? I don't know. The judges are like, it's hard to see for a judge.
Dude, it's so tough.
It's so tough, and that's why I wish the judges could implement. Hey, can we before we submit these scores, can we just see if that back fist landed or if we got dropped?
Little replays.
Yeah, replays, and just be like, oh, yeah, everyone's seeing it at home. Yeah. Oh, that replay, yeah, that landed. Okay.
Yeah.
Just little stuff like that, but we still had Gamrot winning 3-2.
Yeah, you still have Gamrot winning. I mean, when it went to the judges' scorecards, to decision,
you were so confident.
Very confident.
You were so confident.
I was like, dude, we got this.
Yeah,
there's no way they messed this one up. But again, if it did go to the judges' scorecard, they said Sarukian. I wasn't going to be mad because it was such a good fight.
It was such a good fight.
Such a good fight out of those two.
That's probably the best 155 fight I've seen in a long time. For complete 5 rounds?
Yeah.
Like, I don't remember the last time I saw a fight that good at 155. A lot of them
get finished, right?
A lot of them get finished. I was just popping in my head like Chandler's, the Gaethjes, the Fergusons, the Oliveras. Those fights don't go the distance. No.
They don't last.
No, they don't. That speaks volumes to how high level it is, to be honest with you.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't think this is the last time we will see Gamrot and Sarukian. I think we will see them rematch at some point when they are both in, the
3 or 4 fights from now. And they're top 5.
Division, because they will be there.
Oh, they're definitely going to be there.
There's no doubt. What did you think of the call-out for Gaethje to fight Gamrot after that?
Okay, so Gamrot called out Justin Gaethje after the fight, and initially I was like, oh, not the fight for you. But the more I thought about it, the more I liked it for him.
Like, for Gamrot?
Yeah, the more I liked it for Gamrot. And instead of I don't know, it's tough because Gaethje's got some heavy hands, and like that's kind of like that's gonna be the mismatch for him. But I think he could. I think he could be all over him with the jiu-jitsu. All over him. I think you kind of see like a remake of the fight of like where Khabib just dominates him on the ground and chokes him out.
Yeah, I mean,
I think you might see that, like a guillotine.
You could argue that.
I think that's where the fight goes. Yeah. I don't see Gaethje having that great of takedown defense and scramble ability. That was ridiculous what we saw.
It was absolutely ridiculous. I think if that fight comes to fruition, we may see a little bit more standing in the pocket
because Gaethje
from both men.
Gaethje can bait his opponent into playing his game.
He does.
That's what the best do. Yeah. That's what Oliveira does. Oh, you knocked me down? Okay, I'll just
come play in my guard.
Come play in my guard. And people have now known not to do that. They're just like, nope, I'm not doing that game.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah,
I love that call out. I don't think we see that.
I don't think we see that. No.
So
at 155, I don't. Yeah, dude, I hope he gets Belal.
Well, Belal's 170.
Oh, Christ! I always forget.
Rachmanov can get Belal, but I don't think that we see that happen. I think we see the Chimaev fight at 70 with him. Rachmanov, I give him Sean Brady. I think both those guys figure it out. And then the winner of that fights Colby for the #1 contender down the line, because obviously Colby's not going to fight for a while.
Yeah.
But I think Gamrot, I like the Gamrot Beneil Dariush fight, since obviously Islam's going to fight Charles for the belt.
Yep.
Beneil's not going to have a fight. This kind of works into that timeline because I guess
he's in dad mode, man. He really is. Like, he really
injured. I don't really know what's going on.
He
with
had a kid, got injured.
Yeah. So
didn't know if he was going to fight Islam. It was kind of up in the air.
Yeah.
And then everyone was pushing Islam Charles because, no offense to Beneil, you're a great fighter.
Yeah.
But it's just gonna be another repeat of, Islam walked through another guy. Okay, so when does he get the title shot? It's gonna be like, I'm kind of happy they did that. They just kind of like just walked right past. Yeah. Just gave Beneil Dariush the back seat. Mm-hmm. Just be like, you know what, bud, we're not gonna give you a killer. We want you to get like one fight in a year, maybe that's best for him too. 'Cause he's just having a kid. He's in dad mode.
Yeah, I mean, I think Beneil and Gamrot, we're going to see some serious scrambles. I think we're going to see how good, I guess, Beneil's top pressure is, and if he can keep Gamrot down, because I think he will get him down, but it's a matter of can he keep him there where he wants him to. So I think that's the fight to make. I don't think Gaethje's the fight to make.
No, I don't think H is the fight to make either.
No.
I don't like that matchup for him as of right now. Maybe
down the line, but I think
you
you get the same thing if you fight Beneil or Gaethje. Like you get the same recognition. Like if you a win over either,
it's top 5, man.
Yeah, a win over either of them,
top 7 around there. Yeah, that works for me.
Exactly, a win over either of them does wonders. But
yes,
I mean, who do you match Tsarukyan up with now that he's coming off loss? You know, and a close decision loss where a lot of people thought he won. What do you do with him?
First things first, I don't know, man. Like, for me to think of an opponent, I think the UFC is going to give him a kind of not an easy win, but a relatively, he's going to be a huge favorite again.
Yeah.
He's going to take some time off. He's probably not going to fight in probably about a year now.
Yeah.
It's going to be one of those ones where you're like, oh, Tsarukyan's back? Oh, okay. Who's he fighting? Yeah. Oh, it's going to be one of those. It's like, Tsarukyan should be a lock, you know?
See, I still think you move him up. Like, I don't think he fights back because it was such a good performance.
I know.
And Gamrot obviously would just prove to be that dude.
I just think that's what the UFC is going to do because he's so talented. They're going to want to kind of feed him a nice dominating win, maybe a finish.
Yeah,
get the highlight reels going. It can be interesting what they do with him though. But
it'll be interesting to see what's next for him. I think maybe the winner or loser of the Jalen Turner Brad Riddell fight.
Oh,
either of those guys. I think that's a great.
You know what I mean?
It's kind of in the same range.
Yeah, you're not wrong. That could be a banger fight.
I like it.
I like that too. The timeline would be nice too. Timeline would work. They're fighting within a week of each other.
It works perfectly. Yeah. So winner or loser? Would you give them the winner or loser of that?
Loser.
Yeah.
Yeah, loser. I mean, you kind of have to.
Yeah, I don't think you give them the winner. No, I think the winner kind of gets catapulted.
Yeah, me too.
Obviously, depending on what type of fight it is.
Depending on what performance is like and maybe the decision. I don't know, the finish. Who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows? Depending on how that fight plays out. But let's get into this weekend because, boy, do we have a lot to talk about. Holy.
Dude.
UFC 276, the early prelims are looking like a UFC Fight Night main card. That's all I'm saying.
Literally, dude. Literally.
Dude, the fact that Uriah Hall and Andre Muniz is on an early prelims, like that could be a UFC Fight Night. Like that could
main event or co-main.
That could be a UFC Fight Night main event or co-main. Yeah. Like the fact that that's the third
fight. Because you see Weidman and last time Uriah Hall was in the octagon was against Weidman, right? And that was on a main card of a pay-per-view.
Yeah. There you go.
So
there you go. That says volume.
Yeah, that kind of says how like crazy this card is. But for me, this card, like when I've been doing film, I've been looking into it, watching all these interviews. I'm just trying to take in and appreciate.
I know
how good this card is, and because we don't get blessed with these a lot, like
twice a year, maybe
2-3 times a year, maybe
not like this though.
Out of all the pay-per-views, there's 12 or 13 pay-per-views throughout the year. There's 2 or 3 that are to this volume.
I wouldn't even say 3. Like there's 1 or 2 a year. Like that on paper speaks volumes. The outcome might be like holy. Like we had that UFC Fight Night with 9 finishes. You're like
the Austin.
You're like, oh my god.
But with the names, everyone.
But with names on paper, you're like, oh my god.
Yeah.
Like I think the presser has everyone on the main card, and it's been. I was saying to this earlier. It's been so long since I've seen the double seating,
the double higher rows, lower, like high low, and and we're talking like
4 or 5 years.
We're talking like
McGregor,
Chad Mendes,
Prime,
McGregor,
Jose Aldo,
and like pressers when they were doing like the travel and all that stuff. But yeah, man, just trying to really appreciate like what we have in front of us, and like when it's on and we're watching it and we're having a couple beers and we're enjoying ourselves, it's hard to be present sometimes. But it really is.
It's hard.
But this is one of those cards you really have to try to embrace every moment of it. This whole 8-hour stream, like it is going to be crazy.
I'll tell you, I'm having a couple drinks, but I'm definitely not getting as drunk as I was for for Teixeira Prochaska.
The last pay-per-view.
Yeah, no, we're not.
That's a month ago now.
Yeah, that's wild. Almost a month.
Not a month.
Just under a month. But let's go over this main card because this main card is God. Like we have the opener. The main card opener is Sean O'Malley versus Pedro Munoz.
Yeah.
Holy Christ! Like,
dude, this is a good fight.
Talk about O'Malley's toughest test.
Yeah, I mean,
easily. No, hands down, toughest test.
Yeah.
I mean, you're arguably gonna say that every time he gets in the ring, but
from here moving forward,
here on,
you're gonna say that.
How do you see this fight going?
See, like when I originally looked at this fight, I'm like, this is the best matchup for Sean O'Malley in the top 10 because he's facing a smaller, undersized
guy, wrestling heavy.
Yeah, that's relatively going to be really somewhat easy to keep on the outside.
Yeah, that really just his path to victory in the past 3 fights has been in grinding out a decision.
Yeah.
So it's one of those ones where O'Malley nothing but finishes. You get a guy and they're against him that is grindy, gritty, goes to decisions against tough guys, and you're like, okay, well.
And has big name wins. Like this is
big name.
When
big
people
boy.
are saying this is going to be a very easy fight for Sean O'Malley,
no,
I don't think this is.
I don't. The line is too spread for me right now because Pedro Moon. We have seen Sean O'Malley get taken down, and he's not. It's not it off his back. It is not it.
No,
like he will. At most, he will try and advance for position and protect himself.
Yeah,
he's not going to work that hard to get up. He's really not.
I mean, I hope we don't have to see a display of Sean O'Malley's jiu-jitsu in this one
because it's not pretty, man.
It's gonna be Pedro's fight if it's on the ground.
Yes.
I can't wait to see this because this is like, you're sipping your first couple sips of a coffee and you're like, is it good? Is it good? We're gonna see if Sean O'Malley is good.
Yes, we are. Yes, we are.
This is the
all
test.
This talk, all the can crushers,
everything.
I'm taking a slow path. Well,
this is it, man.
You're gonna welcome to the UFC. That's all I gotta
welcome
say.
to the top 10. You're getting Pedro Munoz, who is on his later half of his career. He is coming down the mountain. Some people say.
Yeah.
I don't think this is probably one of the easiest matchups in the top 10 for Sean, but. Is he that dude? We're going to find out this weekend.
We are going to find out.
We really are.
And if you want to see what bet we got for that pick, make sure to sign up for the Team Proper MMA Picks Instagram.
Yeah.
You already know we have a pick locked in for that already.
We have a pick locked in, man. I am super confident in that pick.
Oh, yes.
I don't think we gave it away at all talking about it.
No, we did not. That's the best thing about it.
Yeah. Make sure you guys sign up for this weekend. We're going to go off. We had a subpar month. Last month, it was okay.
It was below our average.
But again, we cashed every parlay.
But again, I was just about to say, we're 100% in parlays on June. In June, and wow.
We're on a 2-month heater with regards to parlays.
Yeah.
7 in a row, no losses, straight profit. We are those dudes. When it comes to parlays,
the UFC
we throw a lot of things together.
We do.
But it has to be like, if we're setting out for our parlay, we might not be sending out plus odds with regards to parlays. We are sending out 2 pretty heavy favorites with regards to what they are, but we don't send out anything that makes us shake in our boots when we're watching it. We know it should be a lock when we're watching any leg of our parlay live. I'm not nervous. And that's because of how confident we are when we're sending this guy.
The parlays are a lock for us.
Yeah.
Like lock. And if you ever 100%. See a proper lock as a parlay, hammer.
Yeah, that's even more of a lock usually.
Yes. But moving on to the next fight. Who we got, man? I can't even remember the full card. Is it Barberena?
Well, Barberena and Robbie Lawler got moved up because the... Let me check here.
Oh, because of the... Oh, is Cerrone on the main card? I think it's Cerrone Jim Miller.
No, they're on still the prelim. So we got Sean O'Malley, Pedro, and then we got Lawler, Barberena next.
Yeah. How do we see that going? Because Robbie Lawler, UFC legend, 40 years old. Brian Barberena, we saw live last time in Ohio.
Yeah,
and
he looked good.
He looked amazing.
He looked really good.
I think he's kind of coming into his prime at the age of 33 on a 2-fight win streak. I think he's...
This is a big one for him, right?
This is a big one for him, and he's an underdog.
And he is a dog here. He is a dog.
And it's going to be a good test. I think this has Fight of the Night written all over it, to be honest with you. They're just going to go back and forth for 3 rounds. I really do think that's what's going to happen.
Yeah, I think we see a great fight. I'm very interested to see what Robbie Lawler is going to bring to the table, because the last time we got to see him, we didn't really get to see much, man.
Nick Diaz. You're not
against Nick Diaz.
And realistically,
that didn't want to be there. Like, Nick Diaz didn't want to be there.
No, the second he broke his nose, he was like, I'm out. I don't need this smoke.
So we didn't really get to see
what Robbie Lawler still has. What he still has. I mean, when you get older, you start questioning the chin, the speed, the power, the motivation, like we've seen in Cerrone.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that are up in the air.
There's a lot of things that are up in the air, and the line is where it should be, split with Barberena as a slight underdog. I mean, we also got a pick for that one.
Yeah, we have a pick for that one.
Yeah, I don't think we gave it away either right there.
No, I think this one's going to be a great fight. Yeah. I think we are going to see, I mean, who's really still there in that 170 division with regards to, like, these names. Like, what are we going to get from you? Like, are we going to... Because Barberena, I thought he was going to say, farewell after his last fight.
So did I.
I thought that was it for him.
He's been in the UFC for a little bit, but he's only 33, man. Like,
he's not that old.
No, I thought he was like 36, 37.
Well, he's got that huge beard and
huge crazy beard. He's all grizzled, lives on a farm.
That's what I want to know.
I know, it's, dude.
2014. Wow. 2014, he came into the UFC.
That's a career,
and man. KO'd Joe Ellenberger in the third round of a Dos Santos Miocic
really?
Fight night on Fox. Yeah, that's interesting.
That is interesting. No, but it's gonna be an interesting one. I love the fact that his daughters paint his fingernails before every fight. I like.
Oh, that's awesome, dude.
I like to see that, man.
Some people chirp the dudes painting their fingernails. I think it's sick.
I think it's sick. But if
I'm
you
not that guy.
I'm not. You won't catch me painting my fingernails, but if it has a story behind it like that, and you're just a father figure, and I mean, it just shows to me. Cool. It speaks volumes to me, like how great of a dad he is too.
Yeah,
it's cool. So it's a cool guy. So
yeah.
But moving on.
Pereira Strickland.
Oh no, here we go.
Huge. Hey? Oh, dude. This is the fight since it's been booked.
Alex Pereira, the guy who KO'd Israel Adesanya.
Yeah, this is probably the
biggest test in the UFC so far.
The fight I'm most looking forward to seeing on this card.
Yes, you're also a huge fan of Alex Pereira.
I am.
Ever since he got into the UFC.
Yeah, ever since the UFC signed him, I said that guy is a problem.
Dude, he is, man.
He is, man.
He's a massive, massive frame for the division. Like, absolutely huge. Yeah. And if you haven't seen his kickboxing highlights, go on YouTube and type in Alex Pereira kickboxing highlights, and this guy knocks people out cold.
Yeah, he's got serious power.
Oh, his last fight, he got dominated in the first round by some grappling. Can't remember who he fought.
Oh, in his debut against
last fight with a flying knee.
Yeah, that was his debut. His last fight was against Silva.
Oh, his last fight was against Bruno Silva.
His first fight was against Michailidis, I think.
Michailidis, yeah. And Michailidis actually kind of out-grappled him the first round and out-wrestled him. I mean, but that is kind of the path to victory for most of his opponents. Like, you're not going to want to sit at range for this guy. Like, I'm sorry, but if you sit at range with Alex Pereira, you're going to get finished, man.
It only took 11 strikes for him to finish Michailidis in 18 seconds into the second round.
This is what we're saying. This is what we're saying. And it's an interesting matchup because I guess a guy like Sean Strickland who likes to talk all this nonsense and talk in the cage and not really have too exciting UFC fights. Like, I'm not a fan. I know you're not. It's hard to be that guy's fan. He says a lot of ridiculous stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I think Sean Strickland's a great fighter.
Yes,
I think he has a lot of attributes. He offers a lot to that 185 division.
And I just really hope so if you guys don't know, he's been training with Khamzat Chimaev, Jack Hermanson, who else has he been in there with? Darren Till. Darren Till comes with Khamzat.
Yeah.
But I looked on his Instagram and it's just been nothing but wrestling. Like, nothing but wrestling. And if this guy's smart, and apparently, like, everyone's talking about how great Sean Strickland's wrestling is, but we have never seen it in the UFC.
No, he averages 1.2 takedowns a fight. He hasn't gotten one recently because he hasn't had to.
He hasn't had to. He just sits
fighting
at distance.
grapplers.
Yes, he just sits at distance, uses that jab, uses the front kicks.
Yeah.
And against Alex Pereira, that is not going to work.
No.
And he is tough. He is a tough dude. Doesn't really get finished at all, but we also have a pick locked in for this fight. It's a really hard fight to call in our eyes.
Yeah, this one's a tough fight to call. there are value on either sides.
Yes.
Whatever way you want to play it.
It is a split line, as of right now.
Yeah, we got a prop bet for you guys for this one. But
oh, yeah. We always got some.
Yeah.
We got... Guys, if you're listening... If
we
you're
got
still
some for every fight on this card.
Oh, every fight on this card we've looked at it and be like, there's a good bet for that. There's a good bet for that.
Literally.
There's a good bet for that. And it's been since Monday or Tuesday.
Yeah, I've loved this card. We've been looking at this card for a long time.
Yes.
I think Pereira, obviously, he's still green into the MMA world. Came from LFA, had a couple fights.
Yep.
What's he, 6-1, 5-1 now?
Not too sure. It's been a short road for him in the UFC. Honestly, like he's only had
record is 5-1 now.
There you go.
So
there you go.
With 2 fights in the UFC, he came in 3-1.
Yeah. So
came in with four fights in mixed martial arts. You're
yeah, that's crazy.
You're coming in,
but he
going
also
into your 7th, being a number 1 contender fight.
He also has like 100+ kickboxing fights.
Yeah, obviously.
So if you guys are listening, you're like, oh, this guy lacks experience. He doesn't lack experience. He lacks the experience in the MMA, which is different than just
mixing
kickboxing.
Of the martial arts.
A mixing.
Yes, it's the mixing of the martial arts that hopefully we don't see too much of in this fight. I'm really hoping it's just a stand up. I don't want to see Pereira get grappled. I don't want to see Strickland put on another just not exciting fight.
I don't want to hear that guy talking on the mic after. Take it that way.
Yeah.
I don't want Joe Rogan or DC being, what's next, Sean Strickland? No. I don't want to hear that guy talk.
No. I mean, unless he comes out and surprises us.
Yeah.
And
which is always possible, man. It's mixed martial arts.
Dude, it's mixed martial arts. And this guy is not a bad striker. Like, when we talk about Sean Strickland and we talk about Pereira, they're going to have fun on the feet.
His personality and what he...
Yeah,
what he tries to market as himself. It's not it.
No, would I sit down and have a beer with Sean Strickland? Absolutely. Would I probably 100%. Disagree with a lot of his views on the world? Absolutely. Yes. But this is not, Yeah,
just go look at his Instagram bio.
Yeah, the guy's a nutcase. The guy's a nutcase. But we move on to the first title fight of the evening.
Ooh.
Volkanovski taking on Holloway in the trilogy.
Ooh.
How do you see this one going? What do you see? What are your early takes and looks on this fight?
So early take is Volkanovski just continues to get better every time he steps in that octagon. Yeah. Like I'm sorry, but you cannot bet against that guy. You just can't. Like there's been so many times where he's proven himself that he's champ material. Like he has it. Like he has that it factor. He's gritty. He's grindy. He's got some hands. He level changes well. He's got good wrestling, good jiu-jitsu, good escapes, good reversals. Like
he mixes the martial arts well.
He does have the mixes.
Yeah, he definitely has.
Just like I'm gonna have a mixed drink in my hand.
Yeah. Oh man.
But what do you think Holloway's path to victory is here?
Man, this is a tough one. You're coming in. You've already spent almost an hour in the octagon.
10 rounds.
With
10 rounds with the same guy.
So
Gonna go
50.
15.
Yeah, that's 50 minutes. Now we're gonna surpass the hour mark where he's fought this guy.
Which is
they both know each other inside and out. I don't think that there's much I gotta prepare for Volkanovski. I gotta prepare for Holloway here. I think they know what they're coming at each other with. Volkanovski, he's gonna have to mix it up, the martial arts.
Yeah.
Holloway, on the other hand, I think we're gonna have to see volume and power shots, like effective power shots.
I think if Holloway thinks that he's gonna outpoint him again and win by decision, and it's not it. No,
he's got to hurt him.
You gotta hurt Volk, and you gotta drop him a couple times. Yeah. You gotta find ways. Stuff those takedowns. If he gets taken down early, man, you might see him ground and pound finish. Like unfortunately,
with the line being at like a -200 for this fight to go the distance, I do not think the juice is worth the squeeze on that.
No,
I don't think it at all. I think
they're both saying like if it goes over 3 rounds,
yeah,
good luck. They're both talking that. When you have fighters saying that in a huge pay-per-view event with a packed T-Mobile arena,
I agree. I think these guys are gonna slug it out, and they're gonna see
yes.
I don't think either of them want to leave it up to the judges this time, especially Max being on the wrong side of the decision twice in a row too. Volk.
Yeah.
You don't want to leave it up to the decision.
Well, the first fight Volk won clearly. I think the second fight was where everyone was saying, it's a robbery.
You could argue it more for the second fight for Holloway.
Yes.
The first fight,
Volk won the first fight for me.
Yeah,
the second one was
The second one was closer.
It was close.
I think both ways, like both fights, you look at it, I give it to Volk.
I know.
I'm a huge Max Holloway fan. I know he's one of your favorite fighters.
He's my favorite UFC fighter, man.
I love the guy, but like you can't like I try to be as unbiased as I can, even when we're watching the fights. Like even when we are watching our own fights like happening live, I'll be like, I don't know if we got this one, or like, oh, I think we got this one easy in the bag.
I know you were saying that about Gamrot. We touched Gamrot money line, and you're like, we got this.
Yes,
we got this. So we have a pretty good idea when we're watching fights and what we call. We're not biased at all, really. If we take a loss, we wear it on the chin. We're 100%. We're completely transparent with our bets.
Yeah, we post all our results. You guys already know that if you listen to this, I'm sure.
Exactly. But real quick, because you did skip one fight, Cerrone Jim Miller at 170.
That's not on the main card. But yes.
Right. I keep thinking that.
We'll jump into this one.
Real quick, before we hop into the Adesanya Cannonier.
Yeah.
I really wish I didn't see Cerrone on short notice after the last two fights against Lauzon have been canceled. Like, really late notice. I don't love it, but I will tell you. I'm not opposed, but the only reason I'm not opposed is because it's at 170.
Yeah.
It's not at 155. We thought, everyone did think. Like, Cerrone, for where he is in his career, that cut 3 times in 3 months, that is not it. That's not what you want to be doing, man. Like he said, he went, after the Joe Lauzon fight, after the news, just when he was up at the lake, just with the fam, drinking a couple beers, getting that beer belly going, a couple hot dogs, hamburgers, and gets a phone call from the UFC. He, in his interview, guys, oh God, he's like, what are we saying?
Yeah, and go check out his interview if you guys don't know what we're talking about. It's a good interview. Yeah, it was one of those where he's like, oh, here we go again.
Real quick, but I'm gonna be dead straight with it, brutally honest. I have fun calling a Cerrone fight, man. Have fun. The guy, we realized,
he's a mental midget, man.
We realized in his interview, this guy has so many mental problems coming into a fight. No sleeping before nights, doesn't really want to go out there when he's warming up. Like he's saying, like, I'd rather do anything but go out there right now. Like, you just never know what you're gonna get. Like,
you genuinely wonder if he has a mental coach.
I know.
Or any type
all fighters should.
There's no doubt. I think any professional athlete, you need it. You're at that high level, you kind of need that guidance with regards
to your dome. That's all you do, man.
That's all you do. It's your job, right?
That's all you do, and it's your job.
You have an HR department, and at work, like, you can go talk to somebody if something's going on.
Yeah, exactly.
But again, work is not as stressful as getting locked in a cage for 25 minutes or 15 minutes or whatever it is. You've been doing this your whole life. I get it. Back in the day, there was no awareness on that side of it. But it's probably a good idea. I hope he has one.
I really hope he has one.
Rose Clark has 3.
I know.
Like, you think about that. Like, I know. You think about the aspects and how that's one thing. I think the game is evolving so much where we used to just see, like, oh, okay, these guys are training, hard. It's that was it, like the physical aspect. But now, as the game's evolving, we're seeing this mental aspect really have light shed onto it.
Absolutely. Because fighters are also publicly releasing what is going through their mind when and where
in the interviews.
Like, you're seeing it more often, and it's nice to see. I think we'd love to see it, but if you haven't figured out, I don't know if we're touching the Cerrone fight, Cerrone versus Miller.
Dude, it's too
risky. There's stuff everywhere. They're both UFC legends. It's kind of one of those ones where you just sit back and enjoy a Cerrone fight.
Yeah, sit back and enjoy this one.
Yeah.
I do think Jim Miller probably gets this done.
Yeah.
I just think Cerrone is at the later.
Yes.
I mean, I think he's all the way down the mountain at this point.
he's in my opinion.
Yeah, he's at the bottom.
Looking at the top.
He went up and he came back down, and I think this is it for him.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if you see a retirement, win or lose.
Yeah, I mean, I know he's saying 50, but if this is a war and he's taking damage,
no, I don't want to see it.
I really hope that we don't see Cerrone get finished, because obviously he wants that 50 fights, whatever.
Last time it hurts me, man. It hurts me when he gets finished. And you see it, you're like, oh, not again, man.
Dude, it's hard to see these guys like Cerrone, like Ferguson, like these pioneers, like, who am I thinking of? Joanna. When they're laying face down on the canvas, and you're like, man, why? So I'm happy he's not getting fed killers.
Yeah.
I'm happy at this point. It's a Jim Miller. Even though Jim Miller's looked great.
He has had 2 pretty good knockouts, pretty vicious knockouts. So, I don't know. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. Sit back and enjoy that one. It's probably going to be a banger, to be honest.
Probably going to be a great fight.
But moving on to our main event of the night.
Yep.
The card that is built around the man Israel Adesanya.
Yes, sir. The style
versus, honestly, the dark horse of the division. Jared Cannonier. Guy came down, used to be a heavyweight, then went to light heavyweight, then went to 185. Now he's at 170. And it's just like, holy, this man's huge.
Yes, he has joined a class that is very, very small with regards to getting finishes at all 3 divisions that he has been.
Yeah.
The only other man that's done it is the notorious Conor McGregor.
Oh,
3 knockouts, 3 weight divisions. We got Jared Cannonier versus Israel Adesanya. How do you see this one going?
Originally, I was like, it's going to be another Israel Adesanya by decision. Like, I just think he's going to outpoint him. But closer fight time, I was like, damn. I was like, Cannonier, man. Damn. Check some. Damn. If you like. Damn, son.
Damn, son. Cannonier's got that power,
dude. If he starts to check if he starts to check some of those leg kicks and finds that range with his jab and gets into the pocket, woo.
Dude, this might be a good one.
See Israel Adesanya.
Oh.
Can you imagine all the reign, all the champs?
Yeah.
Like, just like the one time he loses in the UFC, just boom.
Dude, so
and Cannonier does have that power to shut his light.
He really does.
And we haven't seen Izzy hit clean. That's all I'm saying.
No, we
really haven't seen him hit clean.
The only one that did it was
Whittaker.
Kevin Gastelum.
Oh, right, yes.
Whittaker got him in that first round, their first fight.
Yeah.
And their second fight, he got him a few times. But, man, like, for all you guys, like, I'm just going to share this little quick story here.
Yeah, keep going.
For all you guys that take our picks, listen to our podcast, we're not playing this fight because I had a freaking crazy dream that Cannonier slept Izzy in the second round, late second round. The round's about to end, and he sleeps him. And ever since then, I've been like, man, I can't play this.
I can't play. When you see that in your dreams, you're like, oh.
Dude, it was a vivid
Jamal
dream.
Sweet Dreams.
Yeah, like his
nickname's speaking volumes now.
Literally.
Sweet Dreams. If you see it in your dreams, Sweet Dreams.
Sweet Dreams. So Jamal Hill, like, that was basically the knockout against Johnny Walker. But instead of Jamal Hill, it was Cannonier, and instead of Johnny Walker, it was Israel Adesanya.
Oh.
So it's making me a little nervous.
Well, listen, we'll tell you right now. We'll tell you right now that when Israel fights, every time up till now, we've riding him hard. We're like, Israel Adesanya is a GOAT. He's the best in that division. It's hands down. It's not close.
Yeah, I think ever since I've started betting, he has been in some sort of
parlay or a decision factor, and he will not be in there. He will not be in there. Let me say it again. He will not be in there because I don't love this matchup for him. I really don't. Man. Cannonier has. It's not like it's gonna hit the mat, and for 25 minutes.
They're going to be slinging leather, bro.
I'm kind of convinced Cannonier only needs to find one. I'm kind of convinced. Yeah. I'm kind of convinced that if Israel Adesanya goes out there, just wears punches, wears big shots, I'm going to be stunned. And you're here first. I'm going to eat my words, but
yeah.
We've
been eating a lot of words on this podcast.
Oh yeah.
A lot of hot takes.
I also said Rosenstrike Volkov.
Yeah.
Volkov by decision, Rosenstrike by finish, and Volkov gets a first round KO. What do you know? But this is the Great Sport of Mixed Martial Arts.
Yeah,
we have a great weekend ahead of us.
Yeah.
If you can't tell, we are extremely excited. And we want to see that telly number up this weekend. We want to see you guys up. We want to see you in the telly supporting us. Supporting you. You're supporting our bank accounts. We're supporting your bank accounts.
That's what it's all about.
It's an investment. At the end of the day, make sure to join the team. The link will be in the description. Also with our Instagram as well. Also down there in the description. And I can't wait, man. I can't wait.
Dude, I can't wait. UFC 276 this weekend. Make sure you are tuning in, buying that pay-per-view, streaming it, however you guys do it. We will see you next week. We appreciate you guys tuning in. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Comment away. DM us on Instagram if you guys have any questions.
Chatting MMA. We love chatting
Absolutely.
MMA.
All right. Cheers, guys.
Cheers, boys.
Thank you. Peace.